There's one big problem in the Chinese market that's slowly getting bigger and bigger. And I think as someone who's China interested, as someone who's probably also a China investor, you might want to know about this. This doesn't mean that it's the downfall of China, you know. China is extremely intelligent on how they pursue their interests, on how they grow the economy, but it is a problem. Now, let me tell you about this conversation where I learned about this problem. It became crystal clear. I had a call with one of the founders I work with, and they are building a platform. It doesn't need much further explanation. It's a tech platform in the innovation space, working with large multinational corporates, but also with smaller startups. Oh, and he's building this platform. Right now they have 17 people, 17 employees. And I asked him, what's the biggest problem you're facing right now? Like, what are the bottlenecks in your growth? They just raised a round, pretty small round of a couple of $100,000. They're going to raise a larger equity round at the end of this year. And he said the number one problem, without a doubt, is hiring. And I asked, okay, so, I mean, usually there's a couple of reasons why that is a problem. I mean, your company is freaking unattractive, nobody wants to work there, or you're not paying enough, right? If it's unattractive, you need to pay more. If it's a cool company, you can pay less. What's the problem? How does it look like? And he told me he's offering people, not even super talented, crazy tech developers, but normal developers on the tech side. He's offering them 50,000 RMB per month. Okay, so that's less than 10,000 US dollar, but it's probably 8,000, something around that, per month to join his startup. There's equity options and so on, so all kinds of upside. And he has been hiring personally, so not through some, you know, HR or someone else, but he's personally taking this job into his hands. As soon as he gets an application in, he's the one calling them, asking, you know, testing, is this applicant appropriate? And then, of course, also selling his own startup and being like, okay, this is why you should work for us. And he said it's just not working. Okay, the people he gets applications by, they are not, you know, not impressive at all. The ones that might be impressive are the ones that are working for the big tech giants like Tencent, for example, and for them you would pay around easily more than 100,000 RMB per month, more towards the 150,000. So that's like 20,000 US dollar per month, probably a bit too much to pay for a small startup. And here's the deal. He says there's a lot of great talent outside of China that he might be able to employ. No problem, you know, great people from Eastern Europe, very capable, but the Chinese government is very strict about issuing visa or enabling people to work for his company, which is why, again, that's not possible for him. Now, why am I talking about this? It's because he's not the first person to tell me about that. Hiring in China is a major problem, and whether it's some of the startups that I worked with in the past that I took from Germany, for example, helped them establish a presence in China, or it was established companies in China, scale ups, so some of them already worth more than $1 billion in market cap, or from their last equity round, equity valuation. All of them have extreme trouble finding talent in China. And this can become a big problem in the future when you see less and less startups being created, technologies just taking longer to get to the market because you don't find the right team to commercialize them. And it's going to be for sure interesting on how this influences the Chinese market for us investors looking at the Chinese market. I'm not saying this needs to become a great problem. Certainly right now for startups, for younger companies, it is a problem, and it's getting a bigger problem every single day as, you know, the further separation of China from the rest of the world goes on. It will be interesting to observe that in the future. Now, it might be that, you know, in 1 or 2 years, borders reopen again, visa restrictions get lifted, it gets easier, you know, for foreign talent to enter the market again. There's some people extremely eager to enter this market, to be here in Shanghai, where I am right now, and work. But it's not possible for them. It's simply not possible to get into China if you're not already a resident, like I am. So let's observe that. Let's keep our eyes on that. If someone asks you what's a problem in China, now you know this is one of the big problems, and we'll keep observing it in the future. So until then, stick with us. Bye bye.